if you look at the history of Kitui, you realize that drought is nothing new. Almost every 2 years we go through this. And actually, you'll be surprised. Already droughts have been documented in Kenya. They moved back all the way to 1923. And if you ask the old men here, they will tell you that some of our elders, those old days were not able to say when they were born. Like now, if you ask me, I will say I was born this date, this month. And the only thing which would determine when you were born was droughts which were actually named after them. So somebody would say, you are Katongelele, you are Nikwangwete. So to me, this thing of drought is nothing new to us. And that's why we see, anytime we look at the government, we see a deliberate way or move of not addressing our problem.
Okay.
I want to share some experience. I did work in Sudan at some point as a consultant. And you realize that Sudan is a desert, more than Kitui. It's a total desert. What have they done? They have used the River Nile, which comes from this country, originates from Lake Victoria here. They have done a tunnel, very long tunnel, about 1,000 kilometers. And they get the water from River Nile all the way interior to their land. And that's the water they are using to plant sugar, which we buy from them, which is even cheaper than our sugar. So why am I saying this? I'm saying, when I look at the history of this country, there has been a deliberate move. And I think if you know the history of the country, we used to have what we used to call this seasonal paper #1, which is on African socialism and its application to economic planning. Now, what did that policy paper do? That policy paper deliberately decided that public resources will be targeted to high potential areas. We don't belong to that category, high potential areas. And majority of the country was marginalized. And even as we talk about high potential areas in this country, you must get this fact right. These are statistics.
Yeah.
Kenya as a country is 80% dry, arid and semi-arid, 20% high potential, which means we are talking about 20% of the Kenya as a country taking more than 80% of the resources. So over time, we have been marginalized as a region. And that's why you see, in Ukambani, we should not be talking about lack of food. We have Tana River, we have Tana River, stretching between our land. Now, imagine if the government deliberately decided to lay the infrastructure for irrigation, so that we have a tunnel running from Tana River coming into Kitui, another coming from the river coming into Kitui, and then they let the county government do the small channels going to the farms. This area where you are seated, you'll be surprised. We can do 3 crops in a year.